All right, family, we're going to keep it moving. This is the conclusion. You know, things happen, but you know, we always work right with the things that are happening, and we, by the grace of Allah, still get the point across, still get the message across, even if it's a little bumpy. We ask you to bear with us. But our whole objective is to make sure we give a clear understanding of the word. In conclusion, we were talking about the two different gods dealing with two different creations in Genesis chapter 1 and Genesis chapter 2. Of course, when you see creation in the beginning, it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the waters, upon the face of the waters. Of course, we have waters inside our bodies. I just want to, have a quick little tab on that, or, just a quick note to let everybody know who is listening to disagree. When you make a new man, you are literally making a new heaven and a new earth. The son of this body is the brain. Of course, we have waters. It said it was a separation of the waters from the waters. Well, you have clear water, just like outside. Whatever's in the, like my father would say, the microcosm, which is what we are, is only an extension of the macrocosm. We all come from the earth, and that's why it says ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But the mind and the spirit of God is that son of the body that moves the flesh. That is what Allah breathed into Adam, like it says in our Holy Quran, that he breathed into Adam of his own life and inspiration, and then told the angels to bow down to the man that he made. So if the angels are being told to bow down to the man that was made, then that means that the angels, of course, helping God, or God uses the angels to make everything that we see, sun, moon, and stars. It was God and his angels. And that's why the Holy Quran says, and we created the heavens and the earth with truth. So if we, who are the we? It's Allah and the angels, the scholars say. So if that is so, and if that is true, then of course when you're making a new man, you're making a new heaven and you're making a new earth. The Holy Quran chapter 15, and this is a rock that you could build your foundation of faith on. Chapter 15 is entitled The Rock. Chapter 15 verse 28 says, and when the Lord said to the angels, I am going to create a mortal of sounding clay, of black mud fashioned into shape. Verse 29 says, so when I have made him complete and breathed into him of my spirit, my is with a capital M, fall down making obeisance to him. Now we don't fall down for nobody but Allah. And we don't make obeisance to nobody's will but Allah. This is Allah telling us what he did with Adam. He breathed into Adam of his own life and inspiration. And that is what we bow to and submit and make obeisance to. That's nowhere in the first chapter, family, is what I'm saying. And we could do a nice little Instagram video with this. But chapter 1 doesn't have what the Bible compensates for the name of God, whether it be Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, or anything like that. That name and those names are replaced with Lord, all capital letters. Okay? God is dealing with the Christ figure, the man who's anointed with the power to do whatever it is Allah is allowing him to do. So in the first chapter of Genesis, you see the word God, capital G, lowercase o, lowercase d. Please slow down and don't sleep on this. But this is a very serious identifier. In this Jehovah Witness Bible, the name Jehovah was put back where they took it out. You can't find the name Jehovah in the first chapter of Genesis. So that is something. The name Jehovah appears from the second chapter on. And we're just shining light on that. So that would be a good way to really use this Bible as an example of what I'm trying to say. So once we get to the second chapter, remember the title of the video, Interpretation is Everything. Chapter 2, verse 7 says, and the Lord, all capital letters now, God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. This is in line with the man that God is talking about in the book, the Holy Quran. Chapter 15. The only difference is Allah is telling you whose life and spirit was breathed into that man Adam, that was made into dust. That is us. This is prophetic. Chapter 2 is dealing with a people who have been reduced to dust. No water, no life. Dry bones in the valley. Spiritually dead in need of resurrection. Family, will do another video dealing with the serpent. Not being a real serpent. Serpents are not guilty of sin. Neither are rams or goats or dogs or pigs. These are animals that carry characteristics that describe the characteristics of God's enemy, who is a man that was sent out of the garden. And we are to know to stay away from that man like God told us to, and cling to our Savior, Allah, in his Christ. So this is our conclusion. Hopefully we can get something out of it. Stay tuned for our videos that are coming. We leave you as we came before you with the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.